At midnight, my alien neighbor revealed her fangs and confessed the blood price she needed to survive. The beginning, a strange neighbor. The first time I saw Alira, she was moving into the empty unit across from mine. It was odd, nobody ever moved into that apartment. The rent was cheap, but the place had a reputation. Old rumors, tenants vanishing, strange noises, lights flickering at night. People said the building was haunted, cursed, or worse. But Alira was unlike anyone I'd seen before. Tall, pale as moonlight, with hair so black it shimmered blue under the hallway lamps. She carried no furniture, only crates sealed with symbols I didn't recognize. When she turned, her eyes caught mine, silver, not gray, but truly silver, like liquid metal. "Evening," I muttered, trying to be neighborly. Her lips curved faintly. "It will be." That was it. She slipped inside, door shutting silently behind her. Strange, yes. But I was used to strange. I lived in a city where neon drowned out the stars, where drones delivered dinner, and where people could vanish into VR for weeks without speaking to another soul. Still, there was something about her that prickled the skin at the back of my neck. Whispers in the dark. For weeks, Alira kept to herself. She never came out in daylight. At night, I'd sometimes hear soft footsteps across the hall, or the faint hum of machinery behind her door. One night, my curiosity got the better of me. I stayed awake listening. At exactly midnight, her door opened. I peeked through my peephole. She stepped into the hall, barefoot, her hair loose around her shoulders. She tilted her head back and whispered words in a language I couldn't place. Musical, sharp, almost painful to hear. The lights in the hall flickered. My breath caught. She turned her head toward my door. For a second, I swore her silver eyes gleamed like a predator's. I stumbled back, heart pounding. The next morning, I convinced myself I'd imagined it. Stress. Insomnia. Too many late-night vids. But then came the night she knocked. The knock at midnight. It was just past 12 when the sound echoed, a soft, deliberate knock. I opened the door cautiously. Alira stood there, pale, barefoot again, dressed in a long coat that looked more like armor than clothing. Her lips were parted, and for the first time, I saw them. Fangs. Not delicate points like in old vampire movies. These were sharp, curved, predatory. "May I come in?" she asked, her voice low, urgent. Every instinct screamed no, but something in her eyes stopped me. Not hunger, not cruelty, desperation. I stepped aside. Inside, she moved like a shadow, scanning the room as if expecting an ambush. Finally, she turned to me, her silver gaze piercing. "I must tell you the truth," she said, "because if I don't, you'll die." That got my attention. Die? From what? "From me," she whispered. And then she bared her fangs fully, the light glinting off them. I froze. You're a vampire?" Her laugh was bitter. "That's your word. Mine is older. My kind came from beyond your stars. We require sustenance, iron-rich fluid, carried through living veins. On your world, you call it blood." I stumbled back. "You're joking." She shook her head. "I wish I were. The blood price is what keeps me alive. Without it, I weaken. If I starve, I lose control." Her eyes darkened, and for the first time, I felt her hunger, sharp as knives pressing against my skin. "And you came to me? Why?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "Because," she said softly, "you're the only one here who isn't afraid of me yet." The middle, a dangerous bargain. I should have thrown her out, called security, moved across the city. Instead, I listened. Alira explained her exile. She was the last of her brood, hunted across galaxies for refusing to serve the dominion that birthed her. She had hidden on Earth because it was noisy, chaotic, full of life. Perfect cover. But she hadn't fed in weeks. Her strength was fading. If she starved, the predator inside her would take over, and she wouldn't be able to choose her prey. "I don't want to kill," she said, her voice trembling for the first time. "But if I die hungry, I will." The silence that followed was heavy. My heart hammered. I knew what she was asking. "You want my blood?" I said flatly. She lowered her gaze. "I want your consent." I laughed bitterly. "That's supposed to make me feel better?" But then I looked at her. Really looked. Not at the fangs or silver eyes, but at the way her hands trembled, at the faint cracks glowing across her skin like fractures in porcelain. She was dying. Against every instinct, I said, "Fine, do it. But if you kill me, I'm haunting you." Her lips curved in the faintest smile. "Agreed." She stepped close, so close I could feel the unnatural chill radiating from her. Gently, almost reverently, she touched my throat. "May I?" I swallowed hard. "Just don't drain me dry." Her fangs sank in. The pain was sharp, electric, but then warmth spread, dizzying, almost intoxicating. My knees buckled. She held me upright, drinking deeply but carefully, as though she were tasting, not devouring. When she pulled back, her eyes glowed brighter, her cracks fading. She looked alive again. And I, though lightheaded, was still breathing. "You kept your word," I muttered weakly. Her voice was soft. "And so did you." Shadows and trust. After that night, everything changed. She came to me in intervals, never without asking, never without care. Each time she fed, I saw more of her. The warrior beneath the hunger, the exile beneath the queen. We talked. She told me of worlds made of crystal seas, of suns that bled fire, of battles fought in silence between ships the size of cities. I told her of Earth, ordinary things, music, street food, the quiet comfort of rain on windows. Sometimes she laughed, sharp and bright. Sometimes she listened, as though human mundanity was as alien to her as her stories were to me. But danger always lurked. Hunters were coming, she could feel it. The Dominion never forgave deserters. "They will find me," she said one night, silver eyes dark with worry. "And when they do, they'll kill anyone near me." I should have been afraid. I was. But more than fear, I felt resolve. "Then we'll deal with it," I said. She studied me for a long time. Then, softly, "You're a fool." "Maybe," I said. "But I'm your fool." The ending. Blood and dawn. The hunters came at dawn. I woke to alarms, the building shaking as armored figures descended from the skies. Dominion enforcers, tall, faceless, armed with weapons that hummed like thunder. Alira stood in my doorway, eyes blazing, tattoos burning like fire across her skin. "Stay behind me." "No chance," I said, grabbing the old iron pipe I kept by the bed. The battle was chaos. Energy blasts scorched walls, windows shattered, alarms wailed. Alira moved like lightning, tearing through hunters with fangs and claws, drinking strength from their veins even as their weapons burned her skin. I fought too, not with her power, but with stubborn human rage. Pipes, fists, whatever I could swing. Together, we drove them back. When the last hunter fell, the apartment was wreckage. Smoke curled through broken windows. Alira staggered, blood staining her lips. She looked at me, trembling. "You fought for me." I shook my head, panting. "No." "With you." Her silver eyes softened. For the first time, she didn't look like a predator, or a queen, or an exile. She looked human.